if Rigathi Gachagua were a problem, I don't agree. But if he was, he is a problem created by Ruto. He made the bed, let him lie on it. Because clearly, at that time of their honeymoon together, the MPs chose Kindiki, but Ruto overruled them and went for Gachagua. The reason is because of the value, Ayub, that Gachagua then had, still have today. That value is this. First, Ayub, I always say, one must be very unreasonable to think that Gachagua is stupid. Ayub, this is a trained political scientist. This man went to university and studied political science, not plant physiology, political science. Not architect, not law, political science. Then the man became a provincial administrator. Provincial administration is a cult of sorts that actually is the most tribeless thing I have ever come across. What Gachagua is doing today, Ayub, is working for him, and everyone knows. I have said on this TV show, Ayub, that presidential election is about science and numbers. It is not about miracles. It is not about fasting prayer. The only way is numbers. If you start campaigns for the presidential elections without an above-average buy-in from Mount Kenya, you have a hard nut to crack. You know, after I listened to Honorable Kibagendi, I told you, Kenyans today see that it is only Gachagua and Linda Mwananchi. Formations are there. I like the views by Munya, Lenny, my friend JB Muturi and Martha. That's healthy. But I am sure, almost by 100%, that it will settle itself. For now, what Gachagua is doing is consolidating what is called Mount Kenya. You can call it the Kikuyu Mount Kenya if you want, but he's consolidating it. It worked. And actually, the other day, people were saying, what are they celebrating in Olkalau? All of us know the difficulty that was in Olkalau, that DCP pulled through. So it was worth the celebration. President William Ruto has inflicted this daylight dream to even brilliant minds like Sige, that Senator Sige is a very brilliant character, very. And so he's even done. But the president has inflicted them with this thing of the opposition is rudderless. Now even Manduku, a PhD holder, can come here and say the opposition is rudderless, planless. Even Sige, they are saying, I mean, if it was rudderless and planless, go and sleep. Wait to be declared the winner. How can they be rudderless and planless? And today there's frenzy of meetings in State House. I am a private security practitioner. Last night we received a notification from our regulator that this morning we are supposed to have, as employers and private security officers, a meeting with the president. What's the agenda of the meeting? There's no agenda. You can't call every day. He was with village elders the other day, sheikhs from the Muslim community yesterday, security guards today, village elders to start paying them stipend too late in the day. Everyone knows why you are paying it. To say that AIE has been increased, AIE is just money to enable chiefs have fuel to run in the villages. So there's nothing that the president is giving that is new, Ayub. And what I'm saying, and I want to look at Kenyans in the eye, I want to give hypothetical chances. Today, for example, the numbers I have always used here, if we go by IEBC 2022, the highest vote block, 33%, was from Mount Kenya. Second was 18%, which was from the Luya community. 18% and 33% of Mount Kenya. It was followed by the Rift Valley by 13%. It was followed by the Luo, where I come from, of 12%. It was followed by the Kamba, 9%, the Kisii, 6%. And you know, this is now where Kalonzo and Matiang'i, much as there has not been evident vigor in them, look at their getting up votes as of 2022 is 9 and 6. Now, if you were, for example, to just say there's now a genuine alliance between Mount Kenya and Luya, then you have 33 and 18. Even if everybody in Luoland and everybody in Rift Valley voted for Ruto. It's a paltry 25%. So DCP is not, confined to Kikuyu land or Central. Remember, this DCP fielded a candidate in the Emurua Dikir parliamentary by-election and performed so well. They got 10,000, was it 10,500 votes plus in Emurua Dikir. Emurua Dikir is predominantly Kalenjin speaking. So the voters of that candidate cannot be called Kikuyu voters. Hence, we must debunk this pedestrian argument that DCP is Kikuyu. In Narok town, in the by-election for the member of the county assembly, the candidate for DCP emerged the winner, beating UDA. Narok County is not Kikuyu. It is predominantly also Kalenjin and Masai, if you like. So I just wanted us to sometimes also be fair, but each party comes somewhere. Now, today, you've asked me a very good question. President William Ruto's mindset hasn't departed the YK92. He's still a typical YK92 operator. And that is why when I'm told about someone having a PhD, I say, in what? Because people have PhDs in extremely relevant things from those that they perform in. Hence, they perform dismally. So don't keep throwing titles of academic nature and you perform as poor as Ruto is performing. There is the newest kid in the block called Linda Mwananchi. And I want to speak about Linda Mwananchi. Linda Mwananchi is coming with 3 spheres that one must not ignore. One, Linda Mwananchi is coming with what is called the ODM supporters who think that Senator Sifuna was mistreated. So ODM supporters who currently in the ODM role are supporting Linda Mwananchi on account of thinking, no, this was Raila's son and who believed in the Raila ideal. Some of the things Sifuna says today, he said in Raila's presence with Ruto. I remember the burial of George Oduor, who was Raila's aide, you remember? And that's when Ruto said, we'll deal with you as founders. And the founders began, and you saw the founders' cake in White Sands et al. Now you see the registrar of political parties gave a response of inability to register Linda Mwananchi. But the Daily's report of some other people having been able to register something akin and close to Linda Mwananchi. Those are just state actors. That's how the state operates. It's easy to predict. And William Ruto has done exactly everything that he castigated atop the UDA vehicles with his Bible during the 2022 campaigns. Everything he said his administration would not do to Kenyans is what he has done. He said he will not use police to intimidate. You have seen them intimidate. I mean, the other day, the manner in which the Honorable Kagushia was picked up from here was meant to inflict panic, scare on some of us who come to speak here on issues that sometimes may not be pleasant to government.